All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast. Coming from the Wash Media headquarters, Austin, Texas. My name's Will DeFreeze. To my left, David Ruff.
I'm just peeping this Luke Bryan, Beyonce back and forth. Not really a back and forth. It's mainly Luke Bryan jumping into the fray here about her not being nominated for a CMA. I know you were pretty bummed out about that.
Did he support her or did he go anti her?
Well, you know, he had some takes.
I mean, what he did to country music ain't better than what she did, which I actually liked her stuff.
Well, the Country Girl Shake It For Me singer spoke further about why the CMAs may have decided to not nominate Cowboy Carter for any awards. Would you like to hear what his take was?
Yeah.
Everybody loved that Beyonce made a country album. Let me just interject there. Not everybody loved that. There's a significant amount of people who were really mad for some reason.
I like the main genre. I forgot what it's called. The most popular one. This ain't Texas.
Texas Hold'em.
Woo!
That's the one. But where things get a little tricky.
You do suck at identifying songs, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
That was pretty good. Where things get a little tricky, and, you know, if you're going to make a country album, come into our world and be country with us a little bit. The fuck does that mean? Tell me what the fuck that fucking means.
I mean, this guy wrote Country Girl Shake It For Me.
She needs to just go country out with Luke Bryan.
There's a song that came on where Chelsea and I were cooking yesterday, and the song came on, like my playlist, it was like served to me, whatever, and I knew every word. It was a great song. It was probably 20, 30 years old. I knew every word. And I was thinking to myself, who sings this and what's it called? And I came up with literally nothing. That's how music...
Why don't you give us some bars?
That's how music stupid I am.
Why don't you give us a couple lines?
I don't even remember what song it was anymore.
I'm kind of worried about your brain.
It's weird, man.
I low-key wish you hadn't brought that into the fray here.
It doesn't connect any dots. It's really frustrating.
Because now I want to know what song you knew every word to.
Okay, I'll try and find it. I really can't.
It was a country song?
No.
Oh.
It was,
was it We Bring the Boom?
Come on, man. Stop. It was a pop song.
I don't know what, like, Luke Bryan's statement on this is not, it's not swaying me either way.
I don't really care.
He stinks.
I just find it funny that it's Luke Bryan.
His music stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than Zach Bryan, for sure.
All right.
That's a really bad take, but it's okay. It's yours. It's your take.
I'm not proud to say that in life, if you did a pie chart of my listening between Luke Bryan and Zach Bryan, it's about 98% Luke Bryan.
That's because it's better.
Oof. Yeesh.
Dude, I had a phase.
It's okay.
I just like drinking beer and wasting bullets, man. That's just what I do.
You do pop off into the night sky a lot with that Thule.
I like his song that's called Hunting, Fishing, and Loving Every Day.
That's
Dude,
the prey of country boy praise.
Hey, why is pretending to brandish a weapon a penalty?
Dude.
He didn't shoot anybody with it. Is it an open carry state?
He just showed us Thule.
I don't understand why you can't do that.
I'm sorry, who?
Did you see this?
I did not.
So gun celebrations are like really big right now, and apparently the NCAA is trying to crack down on them, so they're getting flagged.
Oh, I did see someone put in a number of bullets into Jackson Dart.
Yeah, that one, I will say that I can see why that one's inappropriate. We should not be loading a clip into a quarterback on the ground.
Freshman Dylan Stewart, and then he went to, I don't know if this is before or after that play, but he was on the sideline with his teammates, and he offed 3 of them. Same guy, same game. But there was another game, Dave. I believe it was the USC game. I could be wrong. But some DB made a tackle, and he lifted up his jersey just to show, like,
got that thing on me.
Yeah,
I got the thing, and he got flagged for it.
I don't think you should be flagged for show. Like maybe he was showing something else.
Maybe he had the Zin canister, like
exactly.
The funniest part was the referee, like, explained the penalty. He said for simulating brandishing a weapon, 15-yard penalty.
It would have been more tight if he did the gun shooter, had the fingers ready.
Yeah,
just kind of come on, make your move, hombre.
I'm really enjoying this new phenomenon of celebrations.
I'm anti-loading the clip into the quarterback. I am pro showing that you're keeping that thing on you.
Yeah,
though.
he didn't pull it out. He just
he was
look,
mad
I
respectful
got it.
with his hypothetical gun.
I got it. Don't make me pull it.
To be clear, so gun violence is funny to you?
Simulating gun violence is hilarious to me, actually. Not actual gun violence.
I unload a clip
really
on
sad.
Randy, I don't know, at least one day a week when he walks into the office.
It's true. I usually give him the middle finger. He unloads on me. It's just how we do it.
I'm surprised you have a voice, Randy, after going to ACL.
I wasn't really singing that much.
Okay.
I mean, the only band that I saw that I actually like have lyrics I want to sing to was Blank.
Yep, you lose your voice just after a night.
So
Yeah.
sorry,
Partying.
it's over.
It's not the singing that we were worried about. It was just you existing in that medium.
Yeah.
It was dusty. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Like dust in a baggie.
Like on a bottle.
A little dust on the bottle.
Dust in the wind.
Dylan's here too.
Dylan,
Drunk on You is his other hit. I bet
is that
it's
drunk on you high on summertime?
I bet it
Is that how it
fucking
goes?
stinks.
You just stomped
Yeah.
on my intro. You didn't step
I'm sorry,
on it.
Yeah,
You
but
dude.
stomped
it's
on it.
justified. This is timely stuff. We're talking Luke Bryan stuff.
here's a tie-in. He's got another one from 2015 called "Kick the Dust Up."
Yep. Kick the dust up.
I'm sure that's a banger.
Do you like this one? It's called "Rain Is a Good Thing."
That's a popular song that's always on the radio, and it's terrible.
That's a guy who understands how the climate cycle works.
Mhm.
Rain is a good thing. Not too much at one time though.
From 2013, the Crash My Party album. It's called "Drink a Beer."
That sounds like a hit.
Mhm.
All right, go ahead. Dylan Shivery.
Yeah. I reached a new dad milestone. I get to show Parks how to wear a cup. He is now a cup guy for baseball.
I've never
And,
worn a cup.
They've come a long way in the comfortability factor.
Okay.
Back when I was wearing a cup, it was just a jock strap, and it was the worst. Now they have like these little sliding shorts that you just slide it into, so they're more comfortable now. But they're not fun to wear.
We had basketball tryouts in 7th grade, and once they divvied everyone up between A team and B team, your boy was A team, power forward, no
Hell
big
yeah.
deal. Had that length, stretched the floor.
I bet y'all were so good.
Our coach approached us and said, "All right, boys, you got to wear jock straps and a cup now." And I was like, "Man, I think I might just join the ski team."
I don't know if you need a cup for basketball.
I
For
agree.
basketball?
He was a hardo.
No.
And when I say he was a hardo, he was the most hardo coach you could have had in our high school. And I was just like, man, I'm really not into playing basketball all season anyway. I think I'm just going to go to the ski team at this point.
I didn't wear a cup for baseball in high school. I was an outfielder.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what if you lost one in the lights in like a big game?
Oh man!
Hit you in the crank.
If you lost it, if it somehow hit you in the crank, you really lost
It
it.
hit me on the base of my glove right here.
Not your penis.
Not my penis. No.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
That's how you caught the ball. You just jump thrusted at it. It wouldn't make any sense. That's not good
No.
form. Don't do that.
It's not recommended.
This one's called "But I Got a Beer in My Hand." Sorry.
He's
I close
really just a one-trick pony, isn't he? It's just about beer. All of it.
I don't know. This one's called "Cowboys and Plowboys."
Really?
I think
That's true.
What, really?
That's what it says.
Must be a farming play.
Plowboys being one word. Just saying.
See, I like his Spring
Changes it.
Break album, Tailgates and Tan Lines.
Dude, that's a good. It's in my car right now.
Two things I
Compact
enjoy.
disc?
Compact disc. I spun that vinyl too. That Luke Bryan Greatest Hits Volume 1.
Man, I would love to get a CD changer in my car. I was hopeful I had one. I was digging around in the back, seeing if I had a 6 CD changer, just nothing back there.
You thought maybe one was just in the vehicle for some reason?
Well, yeah, I don't know if they have that. Like, I mean, I think they assume that everyone's connecting to Apple CarPlay, but you never know if the old heads in charge of these cars are putting in CD players.
Dude, those CD changers that were in the back were so sick.
It's sweet. It's fun having something loaded that's just stock in your car.
yeah.
It's like having a house wine at your restaurant.
You got to pull over to change it.
No, you could switch them between the 6, but yeah, you gotta.
No, I mean to like swap out the CDs.
Oh, yeah. But it's just fun having something to rely on every once in a while. All right, fuck it, Hootie and the Blowfish, let's ride.
Hootie, man.
Thinking about when I first wore a cup.
Cup.
Probably hockey. That makes a lot more sense than basketball.
Yeah. Probably more than baseball too.
In the football locker room, now it's not the baseball locker room, but the football locker room, there was always somebody who would like took wearing a cup to like a different level, and they would want you to like throw stuff at. They would like
Yeah.
they'd punch themselves in the cup.
Yeah.
It's just another form of dick humor.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's cute though, man. Little
Yeah.
Parks out there with a cup on, protecting his nuts.
Yeah.
I have a really uninformed take,
All right.
and you remember when I became a rugby guy? I watched
do.
like one episode of one series on Netflix.
Yeah.
Caught some Six Nations.
Boy,
You know
that
how I
was
do.
short lived.
I think if we're trying to reduce like concussions and stuff in the NFL, we just gotta get rid of helmets altogether. Maybe just pads altogether and make it more like rugby.
There is a theory.
Because the stats do say that rugby players have a less likelihood to have CTE.
No, there's a theory
Because you're
out
protecting your head. I mean, it's still not, the stats still aren't great. I'll say that. But I'm like, yeah, maybe we just get rid of the pads.
there. I do think it's interesting that hardly anyone is choosing to wear the halo thing around their helmets.
Yeah, but do you think that's like when I was little, like skiing helmets weren't huge when I was little?
Dude, no one wore helmets when I was skiing as a kid.
And
No
so
one.
then like once like a couple people started getting them, it's like, well, that kid's got dorky parents who are making him wear a helmet. Now it's standard and people should be wearing them, Brett. But like, let's just take these things away.
Bike
Let's let the
helmets
boys
are
hit each other.
Same thing for bike helmets.
I mean,
when I was banging as a kid, no one was doing it, man.
all the dudes playing cricket, they don't need gloves out there in the outfield. They're just snagging balls, dude.
Gang banging day. We had a little bike gang, and we if you showed up with a helmet on, we would have just beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, dude. Being safe
for the
is so
helmet.
stupid.
Yeah, being safe is for idiots. Just kidding. I don't mean
Now the helmets have mohawks on them.
Yeah. Fritz's has just dinosaur, whatever it's called, things on their back.
like the spines.
Drippy as hell.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We got a very special episode of Spooky Season tomorrow. We have a very big guest hopping on with us.
We do.
Some people call him the Babe Ruth of our time.
Not many people are saying that.
I was saying in the office earlier.
What a hell of a ball player. For
Dude's
sure.
raking.
He had a fantastic season. Yes,
39 home runs.
39 piss jobs.
You don't just get 39 piss jobs by just being a no-namer.
A hair under 300.
He's really just been like dropping his pants and just whizzing on the ball.
Just empty bladders after every game.
He's going to regret coming on Spooky Season. We're talking Brent Rooker.
Yes.
Noted athletic.
I just want to talk ball with him. No, we'll talk spooky
You
shit.
could talk some ball.
Okay.
Well, that'll be a blast.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's
think-
tomorrow.
Do you think he'll be in costume?
Doubt it.
I looked into acquiring an Oakland A's hat and jersey. And then I realized quickly that would be very expensive. Not that, and I would wear the hat going forward because they do have, even though they are a
Sick hats.
division rival, they have a sick logo and a sick color scheme.
I didn't want to like steal valor from A's fans who were eulogizing the franchise being in Oakland. But when I was living in San Francisco and I was just broke as hell, I had nothing to do at night besides watch baseball games, and I didn't want to watch the Giants because they had beaten us in the World Series. I just had a bad taste in my mouth. And so I kind of got attached to the Oakland A's for a little bit. I was just a big Rajai Davis guy at the time. And like seeing that all go down, it was kind of sad.
Yeah.
You build a connection with that kind of stuff.
They lost their football team, baseball team. I guess no, they have the Golden State Warriors,
But they moved across the bay.
Yeah.
they moved across the. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a shame.
To all the Oakland backers out there, we support you.
Absolutely, we do.
Where can you find Spooky Season?
Patreon.com/circlingbackpodcast. There's a 7-day free trial.
Dylan, do you want to speak to your article this week on Washed Weekly as it got a lot of critical acclaim?
Oh, I would love to. Yeah, I wrote an article for Washed Weekly, and you can find that, of course, Substack. Where is it?
Washed.substack.com.
Thank you. And the title of it was "It Wouldn't Have Gone Down Like That," and it was basically like Survival 101 if you find yourself in a horror film, and if you get a chance to off the perp, kill them. You know, basically. But it also includes some other rules.
What if you're gone off that perp?
If you're gone off that perp, then I can't help you.
Okay.
You're on your own.
It's different.
I included some other rules on how to survive in a horror film. Number one, don't show your titties, is what I said. If you pop top and you're a lady, especially if you have nice ones, you're dead within minutes. That's just standard 101. Like, don't do it.
Nice ones, he says.
Nice ones.
Nice ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, this is valuable for me. You're kind of giving spoilers to all these horror movies that I've never seen before.
Oh,
I'm going to be like, oh, she just popped
The
top.
cla-
She dead.
the classic horror films. If you have sex, if you're attractive and if you show your boobies, you're done for.
The one Halloween movie that I will commit to watching this year is not a horror film at all. But Dave, I'll watch Ghostbusters this year for the first time straight through.
Okay.
It's just, you know me, not
Do
a big Halloween guy, big spooky season guy, but I need to see Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
Who you gonna call?
I think you'll like it, hopefully. But if you don't, I won't hold it against you.
I think I'll like it. Is Aykroyd in it?
Aykroyd.
I'll glaze
Bill
Aykroyd
Murray.
anytime he wants.
Is he he's Canadian. But does he have a Detroit connection? A Michigan
I don't
connection?
know, but I feel like I just like Dan Aykroyd, man.
Sure.
He's got such Midwest vibes. Maybe I think he's got Midwest vibes because of the Chicago connection to Blues Brothers.
Maybe.
Blues Brothers, I think, is underrated.
I feel like he's an adopted son of the Midwest.
Yeah. Well, Dylan, while I do the This Weekend in Fun theme music, will you look up where Dan Aykroyd is from?
I would love to.
Thank you.
Bro, let's go out this weekend. There's a crazy event happening.
I like to turn up.
Bro, there's a crazy event happening.
Let's just go have fun and let go of it.
Little Woodrose, let's go.
Recapping This Weekend in Fun presented by our friends over at Huel. This is for my grind boys out there. If you're a grind boy or grind girl, please listen up. Busy mornings, late nights, working through lunch. Life doesn't always leave room for a balanced meal, and that's where Huel comes in. This podcast is sponsored by Huel, spelled Huel, the world's #1 complete nutrition brand. It's a complete meal in seconds. Just grab, sip, and go. No more skip meals or unfulfilling snacks. Huel makes it easy with nutrition that fits in your life. And right now, you can try it with our exclusive deal for you. 15% off using code STEAM15 at Huel.com. Fuel up the easy way with Huel today. We had some of these in the office. We stay strapped with them. We brandish some Huel.
They're
went quick.
delicious.
Dude, we turned into some hooligans for a minute there.
We deleted these things in the office.
Here's the thing. They taste good. It's like a milkshake, but they come in chocolate or vanilla. But the bonus is, Dylan, low sugar.
They're filling, low sugar, loaded with protein and other really good stuff. Nice little meal replacement. Delicious as well.
Anytime we have a sponsor that sends product to the office, sometimes you get some in the office and people are like, we get rid of it and we drink it, we eat it, we do whatever. And sometimes you're not clamoring for more. There's just a palpable buzz around the office being like, when's the next Huel stuff coming in? When are we getting that Huel shipment in? It tastes good. It's more convenient than a lot of meals. And guess what? They got the black edition ready to drink. It's got a whopping 35 grams of protein plus 27 vitamins and minerals, all in one handy bottle. That's 15% off with code STEAM15 at Huel.com. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel, nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really matters. STEAM15 for 15% off at Huel.com. Dylan, what'd you get into this weekend? Actually, hold on. Hey, Dylan, where's Dan Aykroyd from?
He's from Ottawa.
There you go. See, that's why I feel the connection, Dave, because I do consider Northern Michigan to essentially be Canadian.
Okay. Yeah.
Ottawa.
If we ever get to do a national anthem at a Trash Pandas game or something, do you think they'll let me hit a "Oh Canada" for a little bit?
You're talking about a scenario when we would sing.
Yeah.
Ooh. I feel like they're going to, that's up to Dylan because Dylan's the one who's going to sing.
Do you know the lyrics?
Yeah. I think I might know "Oh Canada" better than I know the Star. If I had to write the words out, I think I could get a better percentage of "Oh Canada" than I could the Star Spangled Banner because there's some. I don't know what it's called when a word sounds like something, but it's actually something else. I always mix up words.
72 years old.
Okay.
Born to a French Canadian family. There you go.
He has a tequila brand.
No, it's a Skull vodka.
Is it vodka?
Skull, yeah.
Really?
Really? There's tobacco in it. Long time.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Dylan, what the fuck did you do this weekend?
Thanks for asking, Will. I had a pretty solid weekend. Hung out with Chelsea and Parks the whole weekend, really. ACL is going on. I live very close to ACL, to the park where ACL is located. So just vibes on vibes on vibes all weekend by my place. Went up to the rooftop and caught some dua the other night. That was kind of sick. Chapel Roan was just filling the air with that. She sounded great from what I could hear. Like great.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I walked away from that performance a Chapel Roan fan.
Her music felt louder than the other ones for some reason. Maybe it was my imagination, but she was bumping.
We were pretty far back, and it was going. I was happy with the volume levels.
Did she play My Kink as Karma?
I don't know.
She probably definitely did Good Luck Babe and maybe even Red Wine Supernova.
Ooh, Red Wine Supernova was the one that sold me. When she was done with that, I had heard some other songs and I'd heard Red Wine Supernova before, but once she did that one, I was like, yeah, I get it. I'm a Roni.
Other than that, watched a sneaky excellent slate of college football. Wasn't much hype going in on the weekend, but it absolutely delivered.
We kind of shit on the
Yeah,
slate
like,
pretty significantly.
So many upsets. It was a lot of fun. Upsets are so fun when it's not your team. If it is your team, I'm sorry. Other than that, we got to swim off, practice some baseball. Just kind of vibed all weekend. Nothing special, but it was really, really nice. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the most important thing. What the Chartoberfest?
I was gonna let him forget, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna let him forget. And
How could I forget
roast him later.
Chartoberfest?
He didn't forget though.
What was the beer you guys had in the keg?
We had St. Arnold, their Guten Tag.
It was so good.
The guy at Party Barn said that it's his favorite fall beer. He ordered it for us. It was a really, really good beer. I have to say, as far as Texas breweries go, I don't think there's anything better than St. Arnold. I love almost every beer that I have from them, and I think they just do it right.
I'm a real ale fan. I like real ale quite a bit.
Is that a brewery? Is that a beer maker, or is that a beer from St. Arnold?
It's a beer maker.
Okay,
I believe they're located in Blanco, Texas. I saw that we left a little early. There were some keg stands going on.
Yeah,
or at least one that I saw.
Yeah, so if you left before the sun went down, you didn't get to groove, my friend.
That's right. Yeah, pretty great weekend. I yield my time to David now.
Yeah, I Friday night was all about. Let's see. We did a little industry. We got 2 left, and we'll be full. I say we. It's just me at this point. I'll be fully caught up probably tomorrow.
Okay. You know who to text.
Yeah.
How about that bottle episode, my dude?
We talked about it a little bit. I don't know that when my wife eventually makes her way through industry, I will probably watch a significant amount of it with her. That's one I'll probably skip. I don't need that one.
I'm gonna rewatch that one for sure.
Our friend Ryan informed me that he watched that one on a plane on the way back from a trip, and I can't imagine watching that on a plane.
No, I'm glad that episode was not available to me on a plane.
It's just a lot. I honestly, there were moments over the weekend where I thought, do I need to be doing more to get an industry specific podcast going in this wash media universe?
I thought you were going to say you're going to try to figure out a way to get 6 figures of gambling debt.
I can't. It was like Uncut Gems in like 60 minutes.
Uncle Joms?
Uncut Gems. Saturday was the day. We hit T-ball early in the morning. Only 3 kids showed up. Didn't have enough for a full team. It doesn't really matter as it's T-ball.
Yeah, what's the vibe of the parents when that happens? Because we've had a similar situation go down at our soccer games. And I really don't resent the parents that didn't show up because I'm like, you know what? They're probably going through it right now.
Yeah, we've all been there, right? But it's just like it kind of, for some reason, when it's only 3 kids, it's that much. It's more difficult to keep them engaged. They kind of sense that, like, well, there's a fuck it attitude.
Yeah, it clearly doesn't matter.
Here. Yeah, so I guess. But no, we powered through. It was our day to bring snacks.
What'd you hit them with?
Dirt
cups?
Alyssa hit him with some spooky bags full of is it Annie's? Some Annie's something or other. Annie's
Pretzels?
is like the
Soft pretzels for the squad?
Is it Annie? Not Annie. That's a.
No, I know you're talking about the organic stuff.
And we get like all the nice stuff that is, not necessarily the stuff that I didn't drink and eat when I was a kid. Like the polar opposite.
Yeah, you should have done some shark bites.
Needed Gushers, honestly.
I will never slander Gushers. There's too much sugar in Gushers. No, goated.
Next time it's on us. I'm gonna send the kids home with just Gushers. Just it's gonna make it all about me. Stuff from my childhood.
Yeah.
And then we had the Charlie's birthday. What a time. What a time. We had a bounce house. We had a keg. We had good company. We had chili.
So where do you guys stand? Us Northerners, we don't call them Frito pies, or at least the small community that I'm from. We were always calling them walking tacos.
I had my first walking taco at Chartoberfest.
but people call them Frito pies, and we always called them walking tacos, which makes sense to me.
But the way I understand it, a walking taco means it's you eat it from the bag.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's what Frito pies were, right? Or
No,
are.
Frito pie, you eat it out of like a little paper.
Yeah, we
bowl.
never ate it out of
Yeah.
a Fritos bag.
Yeah,
Frito pie, there was like Frito pie day
it's the
in
same.
the lunch line.
It's the same,
Same
food,
composition.
just
Yeah.
out of a different vessel.
It's
Yeah.
a very hot topic in a group chat that I'm in that includes people not from Northern Michigan and people from Northern Michigan.
What I like about the walking taco or the Frito pie is that you have the chili, of course. Then you toss in the Fritos, right? You understand what I'm saying?
For sure.
Mhm.
So, Randy,
Mhm.
you have the crunchiness of the Frito
Okay.
with everything that the chili's bringing, and the
I
chili is
see.
often softer.
Yeah, they're a little
Um,
different, both of them, in
so-
their own unique way.
There is something that happens
Just
in your
get to it.
mouth
Get to the
when
word.
you take that first bite. When you take your
Uh-huh.
spoon and you scoop it up, you
Yeah.
get some Frito, you get some chili,
Yeah.
you get the soft bean if you choose to bean your chili.
Uh-huh.
Say,
And it's the juxtaposition.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that makes sense.
And it was just a wonderful treat to have at the birthday party. It was a nice touch, as some might say. So yeah,
I hope to have one next time.
you didn't get one?
I thought there'd be a lot of leftovers.
It went, man.
There were none.
Wow.
There were none.
Your boy got
no
one.
dinner for your boy that night.
If you listen to a recent listener voicemails, you may have heard someone call in and kind of go up my neck a little bit. Like, what happened? I thought you were a barbecue guy. You're not on your shit anymore. What are you doing? Well, I got news for that guy. I smoked some ribs yesterday. I
What?
did.
How'd that go for you?
Very well, actually. It's the closest I've gotten to the infamous ribs, or the now famous ribs, from the Academy live stream from, what was that, a year ago? I don't even know how long ago.
Yeah, those were. You know how I feel about those, dude.
I did the same recipe. I did it the same way, and they hit. They were very good. Normally, we have a little bit left over. We have no leftovers because Daddy had a lot of ribs yesterday. That's all I ate for dinner. I went full Dan Register caveman mode.
I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I'm very jealous.
it was good, and I timed it up perfectly. And then I stayed up till midnight watching fucking Sunday Night Football. We them boys. I'm dragging.
Saw that halftime score.
Not exciting.
Ugly.
Didn't seem like the most exciting first half.
No, but anytime you can win it with 20 seconds left and you look up at the clock and it's like 11:54 and you're like, well, I'm not going to go lie down in bed right after this. I need like a 30-minute cool down period. It was 12:30 before I got in bed. It was tough scene. I'm
Just
here
go drink
though.
some beers in the garage.
It's kind of my Jordan game. Yeah.
Beers in the garage.
How about you, Willie?
My parents came into town for the first birthday party, so I hung out a lot with them. Whenever my dad comes into town, he likes to do a lot of gardening, and so we went to Lowe's Home Improvement Center. We did some home improvements. You guys familiar with Texas sage? The Texas sage.
Yeah.
I am not.
It's
So we can
it's
see it.
a plant that we tossed out in that garden. It's apparently supposed to grow pretty tall and bushy. Excited about that. Unfortunately, in the process, I not only cut my finger, but I cut the internet line. So we went all weekend no internet, which is good when there's college football, baseball playoffs, Premier League, just stuff, you know. But overall, it was a fun weekend. Yeah, we had a absolute shit ripper for our son Charlie's first birthday. You guys did miss the keg stands. Hot Colin rolled up and he goes, I'm not leaving here without doing a keg stand. So suddenly it was like, well, I mean, I'm the host of the party. I can't not do one. It was good. I did a longer keg stand than Sally did, so that felt good. I didn't do a long one though.
Hot Colin got you, didn't he?
No, he was the first one and he didn't put some big numbers up. So I did get him, but I did not have the longest of the night. I can't do keg stands very long anymore, man. Drinking beer upside down when you're 37, getting closer and closer to 38 doesn't feel good.
Who held your feet?
My brother-in-law Drew, Hot Colin, and then my absolute boy Anad.
I talked with him a little bit.
Oh yeah, we got it done. Spent all Sunday just cleaning up.
He told me he's a Dorn guy from back in the day,
Dude, hell yeah.
which I was not expecting.
He's told me that before. Yeah, I had to. My body's all time sore today because if you spend the entire day moving tables and cleaning up, just getting huge garbages, it's just not how you want to treat your body after a kegger. But then I went to ACL last night on top of it. I've officially been won over as a Chapel Roan guy. Like, she put on a performance. Everyone in the crowd was having a really good, dare I say, everybody was living in the moment. There was no one nobody was being annoying at that show. All the Chapel Roan fans were just like the most pleasurable people of all time, just hanging out. And then we went and hit Sturgill. Had great seats, enjoyed that. It was a fun time. I'm glad I got out of the house to do it. But it's very rare for me to be out of the house at 11 p.m. on a Sunday night. So I don't think I'm going to be doing that for another minute unless Sally really wants to go next weekend to chapel. I know sometimes you got to go to chapel on Sunday. You know what I mean?
I might catch me some chapel next Sunday.
It was fun. It was probably, as far as performances on that stage go, where I don't have a big investment in the person. Like for Jay-Z, we tried to get up and we had good seats for that and stuff. But with having no investment in her music outside of listening to it with my kids, I had such a good time at that show that I would absolutely go back. But yeah, good weekend. Great Austin weekend. I wish we had some more stuff. I wish we had some Bay juice in the studio, but it looks like Randy and all his absolutes just drank it all.
There was 4 left, and now there's 3 left because I had 1.
The optics of you emptying the box into the refrigerator, so there was an empty box in the entrance of our place. It wasn't good when we immediately walked in. I did make some assumptions about our Bay juice being commandeered.
I've had 0 of those Bay juices until now. Dave has had all of them.
Well, Dave is significantly invested in the Bay juice. Whenever I get a message,
me, what a sorry asshole you are.
Dave is cleared for the Bay juice because we wouldn't have Bay juice without Dave's approval of the product.
I just don't know why I'm getting lectured for having one of all time.
Ricochet over here, just dodging.
Mm-hmm.
ACL was fun. How about that? I got very emotional during Blink. I'm man enough to admit it.
What song?
It was towards that end. They did the encore with One More Time, their new song, which I remember when it came out, they said the music video was very sad, everyone was saying, but you listen to the song, it's about the band splitting up and getting back together. But listen to it closely. Well, what it's really about is missing your boys, your
lutes.
Thing. Yeah. If you listen to that song again, you'll understand. Tom actually was welling up and crying at the end. Mark made fun of him for it on stage.
We had to do I was in the, I don't even know how to explain this. I was doing this thing the other day where we had to pick a song from an artist's side project, and I went straight to Boxcar Racer. And I was like, man, I can't believe they broke up for as long as they did.
There is Boxcar Racer, right?
There is. Yeah.
Yeah, they played that.
Yeah. They did?
Yeah. It was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to go.
It was
more.
a very good show. And seeing Tom almost crying, I was like, oh man, no, I'm going to fucking cry.
Did he shout out anybody from Boeing in the crowd like he did at the Austin show for the aliens?
He did talk about aliens for a second, but
Boeing.
Dude, he was like, my absolute boy's in the front row here from Boeing. He's helped me a lot with my alien stuff. And I was like, dude, just play the song, Tom.
Wow.
He probably had to because he knew what would happen if he got on the wrong side of Boeing.
Oh, yeah, there might have been a drone strike on his house.
That shocks me that he's the one that almost cried because Mark's the one who got a little bit, he got really sensitive and really sad at the show we went to. But I guess Adam's song will do that.
Hey, man, they've been through a lot. They were easily the most formative band of my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Yeah, I felt like you at that wedding. I was like, man, this is thinking about all the boys that I miss. I miss my boys right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
Listening to all this music.
Do people create a pit at ACL?
I don't know. We were kind of far back. I didn't get to really see it, if there was.
Okay. Dylan, you got to go and get in the pit. Try to love someone.
At Blink?
Yeah.
You can handle a mosh pit.
I'm throwing haymakers.
Have you ever been in a mosh pit?
You know, I've never been in a mosh pit.
That surprises
Are
me.
you scared of mosh pits, or are you just not like a fan of that situation?
I'm not scared of them. It's just not my vibe. I don't want to.
Sometimes you just got to go shoulder your
don't. I don't
absolute.
wanna mosh in
It's
a
like
pit.
it's fish in a barrel. You can just go in there and just start marking dudes, putting dudes in headlocks.
Yeah.
I feel like that's frowned upon.
I don't think that's what the blink
That's
pits are
frowned
like.
upon.
No,
isn't
the
it?
only rule in the pit is that if someone falls down, you got to help them up.
You help them up, then you suplex them.
There are some like genres of music where the pits get like pretty violent.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Death
heavy,
metal
Yeah,
shit.
blink
yeah.
pits are pretty innocent.
Yeah.
Those are more like
It's
push
mainly-
pits.
It's the equivalent of like trying to get in a fight, but just stretching out the
Yeah.
neck. Like
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
actually
yeah.
fighting. You're
Yeah.
just like simulating all of it. Yeah.
It's just shoulder bumps.
Randy, it feels good to have shoulder to shoulder contact in the middle of a song that's
Yeah.
going pretty hard.
Or like Avenged Sevenfold, where like people start doing backflips and just like wailing their
What,
arms
like
around.
the 2 Celsius no coffees, dude?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Or sorry, what
Two-
was it? No breakfast.
No, no
you
breakfast.
don't want to see that guy in the pit.
No.
That guy's
Do not.
awesome.
Go the other way.
No.
He was
just-
on my timeline the other day,
it's
and I
time
was
to
like,
go.
yeah,
He's still doing his thing, man.
he's the man.
You know, a mosh pit hate to see him coming.
I want to talk to that guy. See what he's all about.
I love that he's just doing pull ups on random things in a bar.
It's so sick. In my
That's
experience,
amazing.
the guys that do that are the coolest.
That dude's got a fit bod.
That's facts.
Okay.
Oh, whoa. Speaking of that, yeah, we're talking about fit bod, baby. You know, when you're working out, you got to have milestones. If you don't have milestones, what are you doing? You got to have an end goal. But fitness is also an ongoing journey. From a core that won't quit to arms worth flexing, Fitbod's the perfect companion to keep your exercises fresh and yourself accountable. With your personal goals in focus, Fitbod customizes every workout and adapts as you improve to avoid plateaus on your journey. I think plateaus are beautiful in the wild, but when it comes to my physical fitness, you don't want that. You don't want to just be coasting. Here's the thing. The Fitbod app is great. It's easy to use. It's way, way, way less expensive than a personal trainer. And it creates a personalized workout routine based on your goals, your fitness level, and your available equipment. You might be like, "Oh, dude, I can't do this. I don't have access to a gym all the time. I'm traveling for work." Guess what? You can do body weight exercises in the comfort of your hotel room. You can be on your living room floor just knocking it out.
For whichever environment you choose to work out in, they got something for you. It's pretty great.
Tracks your muscle recovery. It adapts to your growth. It even is fine-tuned by experienced certified personal trainers to bring the best practices and in exercise science straight to you. They've got over 1,000 demonstration videos. If you can't find something that's going to benefit you out of 1,000 demonstration videos, what are you doing? It's like a personal trainer, but better. Lock in, stay focused. Join Fitbod today to get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription, or simply try the app for free for 7 days at fitbod.me/steam. That's fitbod.me/steam. We've got someone back in the news cycle.
Yeah, we have an update from our friend, the Merchant of Death. Remember him? Of course, the prisoner who was we traded a little trade. WNBA star Brittany Griner was in a Russian prison, of course, and over here in the U.S. we had the Merchant of Death in one of our prisons, Victor Bout.
What business was he in? Was it death?
Death,
Ah,
His
The
LinkedIn
Merchant-
just says death.
bro.
death.
New job listings in death.
Bro,
So-
LinkedIn is such a beating, man.
By the way, it's been 2 years already since that happened. Isn't that crazy?
How are each of their seasons after the trade?
Well, I'm about to give you an update. Well, I don't know how Brittany Griner's doing.
I do.
Is she putting up numbers?
Bro, she's right around career average.
Okay, okay.
Not bad.
Baylor great.
What's she averaging?
She's a monster in college. Bro, 17, 6, and 2 this season.
Those are numbers.
I kind of thought she might put up double doubles every game.
You know, there was a time where, yeah, I would, maybe she did that.
She lost a step, a little bit older now.
Russian prison will do that to you.
That's true.
Was it a straight up weed pen that she had on her?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like a little cartridge?
they take that very seriously over there. Apparently,
That's wild.
She should have brought a Fuhrer or a fume.
she brought a fume. Yeah,
Fuhrer.
Not a Fuhrer. Not
Don't bring that.
Don't bring that.
Don't bring that.
Fume.
Anyway, so that's how Brittany Griner's doing. I have an update on our friend, the Merchant of Death.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little multiple choice here, and I'm gonna list off 5 multiple choice options, and you guess which one of these he's actually up to. Are you ready?
Yes.
A. He acquired his teaching license and is now teaching 9th grade biology. Or B. is an avid gardener who spends his retirement tending to his garden.
Okay.
Or C,
Sounds nice.
he volunteers his time at a no-kill animal shelter.
That's awesome, dude. Hope it's that.
It'd be a beautiful like merchant of death to like anti.
Yeah, I hope
You know
it's
what I
that one. I'm going to ride with that one for now.
He's
I need-
rebranded.
I need to hear the other choices, though.
D,
Merchant of Life.
open up a small neighborhood coffee and pastry shop in Moscow.
What's it called?
Death's Door.
Scones and drones.
Scones and bones.
Or E,
Everybody must get sconed.
he's back in the arms trade, brokering deals to supply small arms to Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels. Houthi rebels. Which one of those do you think he's actually up to?
I do love a good turnaround. I like a feel-good story.
Redemption arc, yeah. You know, like,
I'm thinking that he is volunteering at the no-kill shelter because it's kind of like it's an irony play. It's like
yeah.
previously
Look,
responsible for a number of deaths.
I've changed my ways. I'm a new man,
yeah.
and this is how I want to spend my days. Well,
You know, I think he took it a step further, and instead of just like no kill shelter, like those dogs are already, there, those dogs and cats. I think he's trying to regenerate his spirit from within, and I think he's going to the garden. I think he's planting things and actually becoming the merchant of life.
that would be beautiful as well.
Yeah, maybe he's putting in some Texas sage in his garden like I was.
Do you have a guess, Randy? Which one of these choices?
I'm going to be the pessimist of the group. I think old hard habits die hard, and he might be supplying the Houthis.
The answer, unfortunately, is E. He's
Ah,
he's back.
no.
He's back brokering arms deals. Yeah, unfortunately.
Dave, do you low-key look just like this guy in a way?
Like
Like-
he's low key like got a vintage '80s frat look.
If you grew your mustache out
He's kind of sick.
and
looking.
got like a 70s looking wig, you could look like the Merchant of Death
Yeah.
fairly easily.
Tune into spooky season. Maybe we can make this happen real in a 24-hour time.
It's crazy that we released a
I
dude
got
named the
you
Merchant
ready.
of Death, and he's decided to become an arms dealer again immediately.
Was there some kind of stipulation written into this trade that was like, "Hey, man, you can't go back to dealing arms"? if
He
we
had a
release you?
non-compete that expired after 2 years.
Did he violate it?
They're really not enforceable anymore.
Oh,
It's hard, dude. Like like when you say you're doing like sober January and
There it
stuff,
is.
like you're motivated for a little bit to stay away from the game. You can see a scenario where Dave looks exactly like him.
I mean, Brittany Griner got back in the game, so
Brittany Briner is
yeah,
just that's,
Brittany Griner.
Briner.
that's what I do.
This guy
That's what I do on
Dude, Briner
Thanksgiving,
is my
dude.
pledge brother.
They both got back in the game. Her game was basketball though, so she's not hurting.
Do you remember him, Briner?
Yeah, dude.
He had to
was
go
sick.
back to Fort Stockton. He got his like 4th DWI.
Yeah, it's
His parents took
unfortunate.
him home. Ended up going to ACC.
Yeah, he's back in, man.
What is he supposed to do?
That's what he knows.
I mean,
How unfulfilling would a job being a barista be when you're used to being the Merchant of Death?
You know how hard it is for an ex-con to get work, man?
You can quit the game.
there's a
true.
stigma, Dylan.
The game can't quit you, man.
Yep. They throw out his job application before it even hits the eyes that need to see it. Just gets weeded out because of his past felonies and war crimes.
He needs to use the invisible ink thing where he puts like keywords into the resume that you
Mhm.
can't see. So that way, like the filter, it like passes it through.
So,
It's just little tricks that he doesn't know because he was in a prison for many
yeah.
years.
So I see that you were a merchant of death. And then there's this gap on your resume. What was that about?
Bro, I was taking time to myself. I did some traveling. I walk about in Australia.
Gap
You been
year.
there? It's great, man. It's really great. I worked on farm in New Zealand. My pledge brother went with me.
He got a haircut since this picture. He's a good looking man now.
Looks great in this. I don't know what you're talking about. If he was allowed to just walk around prison with that stash,
Yeah, how did he leave prison with such a dope stash? Like, what's that about?
What's your mindset if you go to prison? Like, I feel like if you have nothing to do in prison, but you can just work out all the time and get shredded, you try to do that. But you also don't want to get too hot in prison.
what is that?
You don't want to be the belle of the ball walking around.
Right.
Like,
Dude,
damn,
no
you
one-
see Will's
no.
gotten caked up in the last 6 months since he got in the
Yeah.
pen?
No one's fucking with a guy named Victor who spells it with a K.
No,
that's
no,
true.
no. The second you see that,
You see that, you're like,
That's true.
don't try him.
a C and you're like, okay, yeah, whatever. A K though, no.
K,
Done.
C is so much more approachable than the K.
Yes, that's some unfortunate news.
Is he asking for 2 glasses of milk in that one photo? What's going on there?
Dylan, don't feel
That's the
bad
first
about
thing you asked
mispronouncing the
for.
word.
I don't.
I was reading something earlier this weekend with my mom, and I said the word I pronounced something Persephone, and she looked at me and she goes, Persephone? Like the name? And I was like, yeah, that's what I said.
Persephone. That's good.
I told my mom, I was like, no one's had the name Persephone since you were a little kid. Like, I'm sorry.
Persephone's a name?
Yeah.
Dude, I was in grade school and this kid was reading and he said cupboard once.
What an idiot.
You think that's funny?
Wow, dude.
You think the seminal moment
Don't
of my
make fun of that,
childhood
dude.
is funny?
Don't make fun of that. I'm still reeling from 3rd grade when I said Sue instead of so. Not sure how 3rd graders supposed to know the difference between SEW.
Hyperbole is one that I got wrong the first time. I think I said hyperbole.
I get it.
Hyperbole.
It's like Persephone. Like those letters don't always mesh like they do in that word. It's kind of a vibe once you understand it.
You got to hear it
All
while
right.
you're looking at it for the first time. Like, okay, I got it now.
You open up.
It's the hard E's at the end when they're supposed to be soft.
You open up a restaurant. It's fast casual, of course. It's at the bottom of an apartment complex. It's new. Soda Sopa.
So it's going to be gone in a year?
It's not going to be there long.
Right.
You're going to lose your ass on it. But it's called Hyper Bowl. You go in and you look at the menu and everything's like the best bowl in town.
Okay.
The hottest
Yeah.
place in Austin. You're like, wow.
You got something there.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, you're going to lose your shit on it. It's going to set you back a number of years.
People aren't going to go.
No,
But it's
because
fun.
it's not a lot. It's weird because like there is foot traffic, but for some reason, just that part of town, no one wants to go to the businesses that are immediately under the
Because
their
people
place of
live right
residence.
above it, so they don't want to eat there for whatever reason.
There's a stigma. People assume it sucks because it's right there, and like I don't want to go get attached to
Like, it's
the Hyper
actually
Bowl.
really good if you just give it a shot. Like, I'm not going to give it a
It's
shot.
not going to be there in 6 months. So like if I go and I start to really like it, it's just going to be gone. I'm going to be sad. Hyper Bowl.
Where do you guys stand on kava?
I really like kava. It's good.
We went a little crazy on it when we were over in the old office, and
There's so much shit going on.
There's a lot of shit going on.
Like there's too many flavors. Like I just start vibing in there and I'm just asking for things that I don't actually know what they are. And like suddenly I have this bowl that has all these different flavors and just too much spice. And I'm like, what did I do here?
That's like the one bowl place where I just picked the pre-made one. Say, just do that. I don't know what everything else is. Just do that.
Yeah, like, yeah, I'll do some harissa. Is that the thing over there?
Yeah. The only thing I add is like make sure I get the pickled veggies because those look good. But otherwise,
Was
I don't know what any of
Verts
this stuff is.
kava?
you know your boy loves verts.
Did Verts turn into kava though?
no,
It didn't.
They're similar.
they
But
are
different.
similar.
But Verts just started pivoting. They were like, all right, we got to start just doing bowls.
They had some bad PR when this guy did a quick video about them, and like it didn't really do any traction on Twitter.
Are there any more? Are they all closed down?
I don't know. I still have that video on my phone.
It was
They're
really good.
Dave is the white rice guy in the office. I fancy myself to be a protege underneath him. The white rice at Verts is just all time dry. It's
really?
it's so bad compared to what it needs to be.
You need that sticky.
You
need
know,
that-
you
you
know,
need
like
that
that
moist
sticky
sticky?
shit, Dave.
Oh man.
I was actually at Kava the other day, and the dude making my bowl, he kind of made it a little light, and so I pretended to brandish a weapon in front of him.
Did you get flagged?
Yeah, I got 15.
Dude,
You know what you should do? Just pull out your phone and record them,
Dude,
and kind of put them under.
you
the
know
gun.
what? I'm going to
Chipotle
thank
style?
every single person.
Yeah.
I'm going to thank every single asshole out there who did that at Chipotle, because my bowls, ever since that whole controversy came up, have been absolutely bussing. I would hesitate to get the brisket again after how I felt all afternoon after my brisket bowl. But it wasn't the worst thing I've ever had.
Randy, I'm sending you this video clip of the brandishing thing because Dave hadn't seen it and he needs to.
I wonder if it's just gun violence. Like if you pull a sword out, would they care?
Yeah, what if you joust with your boys?
I don't know.
What if you get on one of your boys' backs and you joust at one of the guys? Yep, USC,
no.
Minnesota. I think this is totally allowed.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, or simulating brandishing a weapon.
Okay, wait a minute.
The automatic first down.
The way he put
What, they
a
show it,
little.
watch.
In the whole country, you could read his lips. Wow. So instead of 3rd and 10.
All right, let's see.
Let's see.
Maybe he's just showing that.
Dude, that's hard. Like, I'm sorry, but that's a hard celebration.
You could say that I was just showing off my ass.
Yes,
He
that's
told
what
you-
I'd say.
yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck?
What if he?
Brandishing a weapon.
What if he was just telling everybody it's a situation? He was
I'm the
letting
new-
them know.
I'm
like,
the new sitch.
situation.
If I had abs like that, I would be fake brandishing a weapon all the
Yeah.
time.
The ref, the way he said that, it was almost like he couldn't believe. He goes, "A weapon,
Brandishing a weapon.
Like, ah,
So funny.
Technically, I don't think that's brandishing. Brandishing, you have to technically brandish with the yeah. I don't
That would,
that's
I don't know
verb.
what the word brandish means.
okay." I
look
didn't
it
even
up.
realize it was in a very consequential moment of the game.
Yeah.
It's a close game.
I
And
mean,
they were
it's a
losing.
one-score game.
Yeah, they were down.
They
With
interviewed
46 seconds left in the
yeah, we're at
fourth.
the end of the game.
Was there a post game presser with this guy? Because I want to know his side of the story.
He should have just said, honestly, like I was showing off my abs. I've been doing a lot of work. I've got Fitbod. I've been on that Huel.
I said they were losing. I was incorrect. That was Minnesota was the one winning. He was.
So that was almost. Imagine if they lost that game
yeah.
Don't get me
because he brandished a fake firearm.
don't get me wrong. Like Minnesota, beautiful state. I'm sure it's great. If you're USC, are you a little bummed that your away games are now like in the Midwest and you're not just going to like baller schools out on the West Coast?
Yeah. Brandish, wave or flourish as a threat or in anger or in excitement. So yeah,
He wasn't. He was just carrying.
yeah, that's not brandishing.
Dylan, you've been getting tagged a lot in the viral tweets that have been going on with the old soccer player who simulated snorting the goal line.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That's pretty
Such
good.
a great move,
Did he get in trouble for that one?
Yeah, I think he actually got like suspended. Like
bro.
that's a funny celebration.
What if he just got really into season one industry? I totally get it.
Yeah.
No show has glamorized drugs more. And you're like watching, you're like, well, and you're like, oh wait, this isn't real. This isn't a sustainable
Is
lifestyle.
it all violence you can't celebrate now during football games?
Randy brings up a great question. If you unsheath the sword
Yeah.
or drew your sword put differently,
If you remember last season, this one was a really popular one.
that would
Like Quinn even did this one.
you can't randomly pop up into the crowd anymore.
Yeah. And now it's
You
like
can't do a crowd pop?
now
No.
remember the LSU receiver or DB of
Game's
I
gone.
think it was a receiver. He just took a shotty and
Sawed off
and
some
blew
shotty,
some
yeah.
guy's head off.
Yeah.
I don't know where the line is here, but all I know is that unloading the clip into the quarterback is a no. But I think just, doing crowd pops got to be legal.
Crowd pops. Dude, he didn't even pull the weapon out. He just showed that he's got one on him.
Didn't a dude army crawl and like pull the pin on a grenade with his teeth and like
Yes,
fake lob it?
That was a coach
Was that okay?
at like a minor league baseball game, I believe.
That was like him throwing a tantrum after he got thrown
I
out.
could see Zeke doing that
That would be sick.
I think it was the
if he ever gets in the end zone.
Did he throw the rosin
I don't
bag
know.
from the
Fair.
from the
yeah,
mound?
you're right. Now that you're saying it, you're right.
He threw it at home plate.
He lobbed.
Dude, that's good.
He lobbed a grenade.
That's good.
He lobbed a grenade at home plate.
Yeah.
We've got Premier League players using props now, and I just feel like you shouldn't be able to use a
I
prop.
don't like that.
Like, it's just too much. What's Daddio?
Are you not familiar with this Dakota Johnson movie, Daddio?
I'm not. I do support Dakota Johnson.
Love Dakota Johnson.
Do you support Sean Penn?
Is that why you saw Madam Web?
I think I saw that one because it had Sydney Sweeney in it.
I can tell that if I met Dakota Johnson in person at a formative time in my life, she would have owned real estate in my brain for the rest of my life. Like, if I just met her at a bar, I would be in love with her nonstop.
You see 50 Shades?
No, a player didn't see that.
She's in it.
Yeah, I thought about seeing it, but like, it's just the overt horniness of it. I don't know. I'm just gonna go watch Love Island where it's there.
Well, Daddio, of course, tells the tale of a woman getting into her taxi at New York Airport and gradually tells the driver about her unfortunate decisions that led to an affair with a married man. The driver also reveals more and more about his life. Why is this significant? Why are we talking about this? This movie is kind of not talked about. It's not in the zeitgeist.
Mm-hmm.
The
Very
zeitgeist,
popular.
Dylan, you understand?
I do now, yeah.
Well,
the zeitgeist.
Australia's biggest airline apologized Monday after accidentally screening 40 minutes of penis and boobs to an entire aircraft full of unwitting passengers. Reported by The Guardian to have taken place on Qantas flight from Sydney to Tokyo, the cockpit cock-up apparently occurred after a technical fault rendered individual in-flight movie selection unavailable. Staff held a quick poll, which resulted in a small selection of passengers picking this year's racy Dakota Johnson flick Daddio, featuring an erect penis, prolonged sexting exchanges, and profuse use of the word fuck to play on every screen.
Every screen?
It was apparently only about halfway through the movie that eyebrows were sufficiently raised for staff to then change it to something a little more family friendly. The movie was clearly not suitable to play for the whole flight, and we sincerely apologize to customers for this experience.
How conscious are you guys of watching things on flights that have anything explicit
Quite.
in them?
Very.
Quite.
Like, okay, so when I binged Industry on our flight back from Italy, I knew that there were going to be some unsavory things that I needed to scroll ahead for, but I wanted to watch it so badly that I was like, okay, if I miss a sex scene, I miss a sex scene. I'm just going to hammer that 15-second button. But that's on my iPad. I was going through all the movies on like the screen in front of me, trying to see what I wanted to watch, and I was like, "Oh, that Zendaya tennis movie, Challengers."
Sometimes there are some
Where there's a
questionable
threesome.
options up
And
there.
I'm like, I can't justifiably sit here and watch a movie where there's a threesome. Like, a lot of the movie hinges around the sex scenes. Like, putting that on, even giving people the option to put that on a plane is crazy to me.
Yeah. I had a bad experience back in my 20s, and so I will never do it again. Coyote Ugly, you seen the movie? Apparently you're not, so while they do have it as an in-flight option, it's frowned upon if you pull out a blanket and cover the screen and cover yourself with it. They're like, what are you doing under there? I'm like, well, I'm just shielding the screen so people don't see that I'm watching Coyote Ugly. I don't want to offend anybody. It was a whole thing. They had to drag me out of there.
The FAA has a lot of regulations against airborne goon caves.
I mean, 9/11.
Mobile goon caves.
9/11 ruined a lot of things, Dylan.
Here, Dave, if I was on that plane and you were in your goon cave watching Coyote Ugly, it wouldn't have gone down like that.
You would have stood up for me.
You would have been able to watch the entirety of the movie.
That's because Marky Mark doesn't even jerk off.
That's
Facts.
true. He doesn't.
Facts, dude. He definitely raw dogs flights.
That's the thing about New York City, though. You could see anything there.
Did I send you the supercut of him?
No.
Oh man, I saw a great supercut of him the other day, just spouting some bullshit. He's an unintentionally hilarious human being, not as unintentionally funny as Jameis Winston. His clips, whenever they hit the timeline now, I'm like, yeah, I'm watching anything Jameis Winston.
Yeah, that checks.
I watched a clip the other day that wasn't with Jameis Winston, but it was somebody talking about being in the huddle with him, and they said every play that he would call, he would act like it was a surprise. All right, now we're going to do a sweep.
Dude, that was hilarious. Yeah, I saw that too.
Like, it's just
They
like...
said his eyes get real big.
Yeah.
Like,
But like whenever he talks and you can tell that he's got something he's about to say, like his eyes he gets so excited to say it.
It's like
his
you're running the
delivery is
secret
all
play.
taught.
You're running the secret play that you never thought you'd have to run.
the annexation of Puerto Rico.
It's just a sweep.
yeah.
Get him on college. Replace McAfee with Jameis and just put him next to Saban. Oh, I would love to see him just like talking.
That's got to happen.
I don't know if he'd follow direction well because he seems like he just goes where his mind takes him, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched The Boys on a plane recently, and Randy's like, "You shouldn't watch The Boys on that episode specifically." And it was an all-time bad one. There was a real human centipede esque thing that went down.
There were a couple Shogun
It's not
scenes
good.
that I had to fast forward during.
I think the in-flight options, if
Shout
you
out Mariko.
watch them, they like blur any nudity if you're actually
They do?
watching it from the thing.
I don't have the guts to find out.
I watched everything everywhere all at once. I didn't know if the actual movie was already blurred because there's
Oh my
definitely
God.
some nudity at
That's
one
the
point.
chaotic movie.
Kind of.
There was a couple watching that movie together on a flight that I was on, and I could see both of their screens. They were 2 seconds off of each other, watching the exact same movie. And all I could do is sit there and be like, how is the person that's 2 seconds behind not super pissed right now that it's somewhat behind?
Oh, that's not good.
Like, just catch up and just try to get it perfectly so you don't have to think about this anymore. But instead, it was just like, scene. Terrible. Maybe they didn't even know each other. Maybe they're just watching the movie and they didn't want to be on the same wave. I assume they were like husband-wife.
That would still bug the hell out of me.
If somebody was doing that, if someone started the same movie as me while sitting next to me, I think I'd have to switch movies altogether and be like, we're not watching the same movie at the same fucking time. It's like ordering an entree when somebody's already ordered it.
Especially when every scene is spoiled for you because it's right next to you.
Yeah.
If you're like 3 minutes apart.
Randy, did you ever figure out a way to get the blurring to go away in Japan when you're over there?
No.
No, they don't have it blurred over there.
I was going to ask, like, is that just a thing over here?
I think they have blurred. I don't know. I wasn't really doing a lot of research for that.
I'm just asking.
I was enjoying my food, my sumo stuff.
Fair.
Good for you.
Can we hear from our friends over at Shopify? I'm going to name some big businesses here that sell pretty much through the roof, guys. If you go to 6th Street, you'll see pretty much every dude with a aloe hat on. So you know they're doing numbers. Allbirds, a lot of dudes out there rocking those. Skims.
Wash Media Shop.
Washmedia.shop, baby. I mean, you could think about a great product, a cool brand, brilliant marketing, but an often overlooked secret is that the businesses behind the business make selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Like Dylan just said, we use Shopify out around Wash Media Way for our little shop operation that we do, and we do it for a very specific reason. They make it very easy to sell. They also have one of the best converting carts in the biz, baby. You don't want people going to your site, adding stuff to your cart, and then just getting out of there without buying it.
Mm-mm.
You don't want an abandoned cart rate.
Mm-mm.
Got to keep that low. And guess what? They got the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret with Shop Pay, it boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're going to grow in your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that we use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/circling, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/circling to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/circling. We talked about ACL. We talked about our girl Chapel Roan. But what we didn't talk about was Dua Lipa just hitting some Austin hotspots. She went Allen's Boots on South Congress to La Barbecue, and then she shut down the Broken Spoke after her performance down at Zilker Park at the ACL Music Festival put on by our friends over at C3.
Yeah.
How do you rate Dua Lipa's Austin trip?
She got a list from a real Austin head on this one. I mean, Allen's Boots has become just a tourist spot.
It's an Instagram. I don't think it's intentionally Instagram-y,
It's
but
very
people
Instagram-y.
like getting Instagrams off in there because it gives Texas.
It's very bachelorette party friendly also. If you go in there on a Friday or Saturday, really a lot of times, yeah, like Friday afternoon, it's like the first stop for people when they get in town.
I'm glad that the Broken Spoke.
Randy, out of office, that please.
I'm glad the Broken Spoke still exists. It's a cool spot, and it's like surrounded by development, and they're just, holding strong, and it's an old Austin staple. But I don't know anyone who goes there.
Brett and I had a period of time where when he first moved here, and he became my absolute, that he and I would go there every once in a while. And the first time we walked in, the bartender kind of looked at us like, "Who are these fucking jabronis?"
Really?
Yeah, it was. I was surprised to get that reaction because I'd been in there before with no issue. But by the end of the night, she loved us. She was pouring us pitchers of beer like no question.
It has the kind of crowd to where I don't know how many know that that's Dua Lipa.
Exactly. There's no way this guy knows who Dua Lipa is. Even if someone explains she's a famous pop star, he's like, I don't care, man. I'm in my glory years, and I'm just trying to cut a rug out here with
Okay.
some ladies.
Did they, when they found out, like, hey, Dua's coming in, did they have a guy and they're like, all right, who's going to be the one? She's going to want to do some two-stepping. Who's going to be the guy? Like, do they have a guy like he's their ringer? He's the guy who's always there and he can dance with anybody?
I mean, you get the guy with the
Handlebar
Civil War
mustache.
looking mustache,
Yeah.
Like they got the proper guy.
The short brim cowboy hat.
Something about me when I go to the Broken Spoke is that I don't go to the square dancing area. I stay in the front bar and I do my work there. I don't need to be in the back, getting dragged out there. I'm not going to do very well.
I got to say, that was some of the worst two-stepping, not them, but in the background.
Yeah,
I was shocked by how, and not that I'm a good two-stepper, I'm not, but I thought there'd be a little bit more.
there was
out
Chino
there.
friction going on back there. Like if you're two-stepping, you don't want that much friction.
It's become a place that all these popular, famous musicians will just stop by. If like
Casey was there.
on a weekend like ACL, if you just hang out there, you're going to see somebody.
Garth Brooks did a secret show there. Mick Jagger.
Yeah,
Everyone goes there.
Garth Brooks did a show there.
I mean,
That's right.
If you're in Austin during a time when someone big is in town, it's never a bad time to go to the Spoke because it's very possible that they're going to be there, and it's not a popular place for other people to go to. It's never full in there.
No.
Like Deep Eddy has the same vibe as Broken Spoke from like an old Austin institution angle.
Yeah.
And you have to wait in line to get into Deep Eddy these days. There's going to be a time when the Broken Spoke catches that flame.
That's what I was saying. Like I don't know anyone who goes there.
Yeah. The only reason I started going there is because I knew I could walk home easily from it. And it was like, okay,
Fair.
Western bar where I can walk home. Sounds good to me.
I don't think I've been there in a decade.
How do we feel about her little barbecue play?
Barbecue is excellent
move.
barbecue.
It's a really good move.
Excellent barbecue.
I have one edit for La Barbecue. Sometimes I think their sides are a little too smoky for your boy, but I do think it's elite barbecue in Austin, Texas.
Their meat is elite for sure. Elite meat.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there with
Tell us
Franklin's.
more about elite meat.
Did she do that before her show or after?
I think the night before. I think she did it
Okay.
Friday.
That's sufficient. I
Yep.
was going to say you don't want to be doing the barbecue then going
No.
out and doing ACL.
No,
what
you
time-
can't do bird dens before getting out there and doing levitating.
I wonder what time of day she went.
And also, like, what's the procedure? Like, do they have their people call ahead?
Was this her order?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, she got a little bit of everything. Good.
Yeah, they got the family platter
Oh
right there.
my.
That, right
That's
there,
a-
brother.
That brisket looks incredible.
That looks like the New York barbecue.
I appreciate her doing that. That's nice. She helped a lot of. I mean, I don't know how much help the barbecue needs, but that's cool. Get
Based
out
on
there.
the lines that I've waited in there, I don't think they need much.
Yeah.
Am I seeing black beans?
No.
Okay. I didn't know they did black beans instead of pinto. They might have both.
I don't need. I got enough going on in the stomach with the barbecue. I don't need beans on top of that unless they're just straight up classic baked. Not tossing any black beans on top of that.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know if I need black beans in my barbecue.
Can we go to the slide where she was making the drink? Did you see that one,
I
Randy?
did.
Not that one, right?
She seemed to put like some type of spicy pickles or cucumbers in her drink. Here's the thing: if Dua Lipa's doing it, I'll try it if I can figure out what it was.
I think it was Diet Coke, jalapeno juice, and pickle juice.
I was in such goblin mode last night that like I just put my pickles in my Diet Coke.
It actually doesn't sound terrible. Well, the jalapeno, I don't know if I need the jalapeno, but
I'll do pretty much anything pickle flavored at this point. I'm a pea head for sure.
That might have been a story. I don't see it.
I'm
Yeah, I
happy.
think it
I'm
was
happy
something
for
else.
her. And she's coming back weekend too, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I had something pop up on my feed the other day that I missed for Wednesday's episode, which is why it's at the end of today's episode. Do you guys mind if we dip into this real quick before we mosey on? Are you guys familiar with? Did you guys know that last week we had International Coffee Day? Seems like we might have overlooked something within the confines of the Wash Media office, not celebrating properly.
Bing bong.
Anytime there's a National Bing Bong Day, I feel like we need to be at the forefront of that. But the New Yorker, they said in honor of International Coffee Day, they're remembering the 19th century French writer. I don't know how to say his name. Dylan, can you say his name for me?
Where is it? Oh, I can barely see it. Okay.
This dude looks like such a fucking alcoholic. I love it.
He does.
Honoré de Balzac.
He drank 50 cups of coffee a day.
Okay. So two things are going on here. His name is funny,
Balsac.
but also he's doing 50 cups a day, which I think most doctors will tell you you shouldn't do.
How many could he do in a day?
I just don't believe it.
Why? Why are you questioning him, dude?
Because he's made up of the same shit we are. We're human
No, he's
beings
different.
and we can't handle.
No, no.
Yeah, but you don't know anything about Balsac, dude. You've never read The Magic
Time out.
Skin.
You're missing out on a key point here. This guy's cut from a different cloth.
That's a very different cloth.
He's a different breed.
You've never
50
read
cups a day.
You've never read Eugenie Grande. You don't know what he's like.
If I do 4 cups, I'm tweaking, and I drink.
Three's I cap
I'm
it
a
at
regular
3, man.
coffee drinker. I
I
drink
cap
coffee
it at 3.
every single day.
I've been drinking Busy Cold Brew lately, Bizzy, and it says per serving they got about 303 milligrams of caffeine, and I think it's ruining me.
You telling me
You're
this?
able to do that? That's a lot.
I don't. I didn't used to be like I drank so much tea through COVID that I became a caffeine wimp, and
Yeah.
now I think I have numbed my caffeine intake so much that like I can just do it.
Imagine how you would feel if you had 10 cups of coffee.
Yeah,
Just imagine that for a second, and then being like, I'm gonna do 40 more. There's no fucking way this is true.
But this is like a person that smokes like 2 packs a day. Like they don't even get the benefit. They don't even get the relaxation from the cigarettes anymore. Like
I know,
they're
but
just doing it.
But like what I was saying is I'm a regular coffee drinker. I drink coffee every single day, like 2 cups, which is not a ton, but it's like I drink coffee. I've never.
Yeah, but you're not a real drinker.
I'm not developing like.
You're not a real bing bong head.
Yeah.
It still affects me.
I know how my body reacts to this stuff. 2, I'm fine. 3, I'm okay. 4 gets dicey. 5,
It's Rhea time.
Okay, and then what about 45 more?
It's more Rhea time.
any other questions?
I saw you setting them up for this.
I didn't set shit up.
He's like me. This
I'll
guy
set
looks,
you up.
This guy looks like Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows. People know him. That's what he looks like.
What's that style of shirt? I heard it's coming back.
I don't know.
It kind of looks like the shirt I wore with my lederhosen.
See, he's gripping his heart because he's about to
Palpitations.
he's about to die.
Wait, he's French, right?
Palpitation.
I've got les palpitations. I don't Thomas coffee. I'm fucked up, bro. Did you hear the Merchant of Death back on his bullshit?
Imagine drinking 49 and be like, one more. I'll get there.
Hey,
One more.
barista.
Keep them coming. Like, sir, you've had enough. You've been
I
here
can
for
see
6
this
hours
dude
drinking
holding a
coffee.
cocktail in a bar and screaming the most sexist shit you've ever heard.
This dude has sexually harassed
He
someone.
looks like Ron
Yeah.
Jeremy a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
too,
what it
yeah.
is. That's
This
the
guy
problem.
walks
Not
into
a
the
good
bar
guy.
and you're like, this guy's going to drink straight liquor on ice and he is going to be loud
Yeah.
and not good.
We're going to kick him out for being
Like
inappropriate.
the girls at the end of the bar, like they're like telling, like they had to go get the bouncer. Like this creepy guy who's like tweaking. I don't know what his deal is, but like he keeps offering to buy us coffee. It's a crime to buy coffee for girl now.
Right about you now.
I am the great Balzac.
think Balsac directly translates in French. Is this dude French?
Yeah, why am I assuming he's
French writer.
Yeah, he's French.
writer.
He's French.
All right.
You can just tell.
Yeah,
Your
this,
name's Honoré de Balzac. You're
look,
French.
I apologize to his family, but this dude is problematic.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
possible this dude doesn't exist? And
Yeah.
This guy shows up to the function. It's time to go.
Oh, he's had like 78 cups of coffee today.
Yeah.
He's fucked up.
Hey, do you
He
guys
can't
mind if
stop
I
pissing?
You guys mind if I bring my friend in town or that who's in town for the weekend to the group dinner? He's
chill.
chill, I
He
promise.
just brings a thermos of
50
coffee.
cups of coffee later.
Oh my god,
He just won't
dude.
stop drinking coffee.
This dude's a real pisser.
every day.
Oh my god, dude.
This dude walks in the bathroom and he's just spraying it everywhere.
His insides are just like begging for help. Please, Honoré. Please, Ballstack. Just stop.
Oh my god,
That
dude.
dude's one dip away from his system just quitting on him.
His bladder's just about to pop.
Yikes.
Pop, pop.
The coffee gets down in that bladder, just starts.
He starts popping off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, is it who does what fans do this?
that's tech.
Like, are tech fans going to get flags for doing crowd pops?
For
I
getting
don't
their
know.
guns up, it's an interesting double
Crowd
standard.
pops.
What does the Big 12 even consist of these days?
A lot of teams.
12?
BYU, Utah,
Not 12.
Arizona.
Big 12 hadn't had
Arizona
12
State,
teams in like 20 years.
U of H, and then the regular guys. Am I missing anybody?
Let's see.
Arizona State,
I'm more concerned about
Colorado.
Colorado than B12.
Utah,
Jeez, there's so
BYU,
many
U of H.
schools.
Start, Utah, BYU,
Colorado.
Cincinnati,
I'm going to start.
Cincinnati.
right?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Wait, there's a Florida school too, right?
UCF.
UCF.
I'm going on record.
What happened to them?
Now that I don't have a Big 12 school, I need a Big 12 school. I'm going to roll with Tech.
Please don't do that.
Don't
to me.
do that.
I'm rolling with Tech.
Don't roll with Tech.
Much like dumb fucks, I'm going to force them to like me. I'm going to infiltrate them from the inside. I'm going to get some steel-toed boots. I'm going to start with Landry
Square toe.
and steel toe.
All right.
So I can kick your ball sack. Even if you have a cup on, it's going to hurt.
You tied the entire episode together with that. You know he did that, right?
Please
You
don't
realize?
please don't kick my 9-year-old son in the ball sack.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, Honoré Ballsack, do you want to do? We're gonna paint a portrait of you, and this is gonna live forever. This is how people will remember you. What pose do you want to do? I put hand over heart. Wait, how do they talk?
He's doing that
I put
because he's
my
probably
hand
thinking
over
he's
my
having a
heart.
heart attack.
You want?
Yeah, he's made heart attack in this picture.
Do you want to know what he died from?
Heart attack?
AIDS.
It's
I'm
from
sorry.
gangrene associated with congestive heart failure. So yeah.
Wait, why the gangrene?
I don't know. They didn't have
But like with the heart failure. All right, never mind.
the advancement in medicine wasn't quite there.
I always thought gangrene was when you got a bad wound and it gets infected.
Maybe so. Maybe he got in a bar and knife fight and he got infected.
He looks like he'd get knifed.
Yeah.
I guess bro is a pretty big deal. He's getting compared to Charles Dickens and shit. The French Dickens.
Balzac, the
We've
French
all been
Dickens.
Oh, I'm Balzac, the French Dickens.
Dickens and Balzac, they go hand in hand.
Yeah, are these guys doing bits the entire time? I'm going to read this dude's Wikipedia page instead of his written works.
Are we gonna hear it? Are we gonna hear it from somebody, some like French literary expert? Like, you guys actually should look into some of his stuff.
Luckily
Like,
for us, Dave, I don't think we have any French literary experts who casually listen to Circling Back.
our producer used to be into French noir.
Yeah.
The fact that he cannot name one fucking French noir film
such
honestly
shit.
pisses me off.
Hey, he went to that. He was in College Station for that game, and he didn't say a word.
No, he was silent.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
he
he
went
he
to
skipped,
say a
he skipped
word.
Chartoberfest for the game. I thought he was the one getting like who got tweeted about
I was hoping. I actually
I
wasn't
forgot he
because
went
you could
to
easily
that.
see Micah spouting off and then Boo Boo having to drag him out of there.
hoping. His sober wife.
Didn't go like you hoped it would go.
No, it went the opposite.
No. Yeah.
It was a straight up BF.
It was a BF. Thoroughly. Okay.
Shout out to the Balzacs out there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow for spooky season with noted MLB player Brent Rooker.
Bye.
We are coming.